Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you guys my A13 team that I just made up today. And I think this is a very consistent team, and I'm gonna show you guys their gear after, and I will explain why I choose this particular setup. But before that, let's see how it performs. And I'm gonna do 2 runs to showcase maybe how consistent this is. And by no means this is a speed run team. This is just to, get the ball rolling by having this on farm, even though it might take a longer time, but at least it's on farm. And especially with the auto system out right now, I think it's alright if the team's a bit slower. If you don't achieve that one-shot team, like those might require more gear and more setup and more Molagoras. But I think this is quite achievable because instead of RB here, you can probably replace with another DPS that does AoE damage, like people like people like the regular Valdred and maybe BBK. Because for when the boss, when you reach the boss for right, she spawns these 2 eggs. That's where you need to cleave them down. So then I think it removes some of her buffs. And then let me remove that. Actually, it's kind of annoying. You guys can't see. So as you can see, Anila here, her skill 2 is gonna mitigate some of those AoE the Rebel King does here. And you see there Valdred did the S1, right? So he kind of took care some of the eggs. And then having Tamarine, it's paramount because she just makes this run so much easier. Because in place of Elena, you might be able to put Momo there. But I think having Tamarine makes this run tremendously easier. And because her S1 can cleanse off the buff she has on her right now. You see the cleanse just now, the crit, and that whatever smiley face is there. So I think Elena makes this run more secure because of her S2 mitigating the AoE, and she can heal immediately after your whole team gets cleaved. And Ras here provides the armor buff, the S3, right? So this provides another layer of survivability. Then everyone's job here is kind of more laid out. Yeah, so Elena's just making sure her team's topped up right after that AoE the Rebel King does, right? So Avil's here is just to cleave, so any cleaver can potentially take his place as a substitute. And Elena, you can put like Momo or someone that maybe mitigates damage for you, like Crimson Armin. He puts on a invulnerability like her as well. And Ras, everyone has Ras. So the thing is that I want to keep Ras as 50 so that at least you don't have to level him to 6-star for him to perform. But you have to specialty change him and invest in some of his skill tree. That is the only downside. But I'm sure Ras, if you haven't seen the video where I use a 40 morale team with Ras in it, level 50, check out the top right corner. It's a 40 morale team. You can clear normal raid easily just with that one team. So back on this, another reason I chose Ras, right, is because his S1 can dispel now with the specialty change. And along with Tamarine's S1, so it can bring more consistency to the run. So there you go, you saw Ras dispel one of the buffs there. So you don't want the Rebel King to accumulate up to like 3 buffs. Then he does this crazy move. I think one of these moves here, when he, Berserk, when he has, you can read it here. Like it just does another attack, right? So it's paramount to have the Speller in this fight so that he doesn't go like hog wild on you. Right now I'm falling a bit low here actually, which is really dangerous. So Raz is gonna provide some armor, which is gonna be very important here. And then Elena's might put her in S3 here. Nope. Oh, Tamri here does her thing. Oh no. Okay, okay. Come on, don't let me down on this showcase right now. And what I like about Raz is his S2, it's always gonna proc Avil's S1, right? So in that way, he kind of like, you know, does what Tamrine does with her S1 but S2. So in this way, Avil's gonna be cleaving non-stop. So I actually like Raz here a lot for this particular fight. And he's not that hard to gear either. You know, health, effectiveness, and all that. But his S1 I thought was pretty good. But if you get really lucky, I think Raz S2 can armor break into Avil's cleave or whoever your highest attack is. That is the absolute best scenario in this case. But the issue is his S2's armor break is not very consistent. So do not rely on his S2 to armor break for you. So in this case, it's just like a little bonus for my team. And obviously you could run people like Bellona in Raz's place, or even Charles. Charles can he can cleanse too. I think with S1 or when he S2 he smashes. So I mean that's another thing, like Raz gives immunity here, which can help a little bit. I'm not too sure how big of an impact this is, but you know, any kind of immunity is welcomed in this case. So the S1 there, and in this case I built Raz really fast so then he can take as many turns as possible in terms of, you know, getting more S1 in to cleanse. In this case, the king went berserk here, so now it's getting dangerous for me here. And it's already been 7.5 minutes. So as I said before, it's not the fastest team, but I'm aiming for a consistent clear right now. So then, you know, you can set it, forget it type approach. But obviously, after, if I, you know, the free unequip event comes around, I might optimize it and put out another video, maybe with Bellona or something like that. But this is, you know, one way that you can, yeah, see right there when Raz armor broke into RB, that's what I was talking about. But it's not something you should rely on 100%. So I'm gonna do one more run. I'm probably gonna speed this up while I'm editing this, because that was cutting it way too close. Like I could have died there. So I just want to show if this is consistent enough for, you know, you guys to invest in making maybe Raz or something like that. So speed it up a bit. So there you have it, second time. And let's go over their gear real quick. So first off is Raz. So if I were to, make it even more consistent, I'll, 6-star Raz and put, perhaps take out the Helga lens and put Aureus on him so that, he can soak more damage for your team. And in that way, it's safer for if you have a more squishy team. And that's how I'll make it more consistent if I were to, improve, the runs, and perhaps you can do more damage, of course. Maybe swap out the neck. I think his damage potential can go up, but just make him more kind of utility and tanky and speed. So that's why I kind of, put speed boots on him and then just health, because I didn't 6-star him. I think if you 6-star him, then you might have more rooms to maybe swap this for more damage. But I'm not sure if, if you have 20k HP, then, you can move stuff around. And obviously effectiveness is important here because you would want him to land this D spell here, and as well as the, I think I forgot which exactly that does like the armor break. So don't quote me on that. So Raz, and it's obviously max imprint, and which add, additional health to your other characters, which is quite nice. And that's why I think Raz is actually pretty damn good in this particular hunt. And then after we have Elena here, I'm running her on Shimadra just for the sake of it. You can probably put Magara's Tome if you want her to cycle her S2 faster. So I mean, this is not for sure way you have to set up your character. And then average stats, 70k health, pretty speedy, 195 speed boots obviously, and try to get more defense in. And then we have Tamarine here, one of the most important character actually for this, because Elena's S1 and Wanderer's Potion, you can really keep that poison down for your team. And obviously her S1's clutch in auto form, it de-spells, and then of course max these two skills, idle form, and she's not even that high HP to be honest. These are like mediocre gear, it's not even fully, as high can be, and the defense is mediocre. So I mean, the speed is high though, you need high speed and high effectiveness, so in a way I can push her effectiveness higher, so then she is more consistent on the S1. So even with 41%, I was able to kind of get by. And then lastly, RB maxed out on everything. Attack imprint, he's my main DPS. Usually I run Moonlight Dreamblade on him, but I just slapped on this Daydream Joker for this hunt. And you can replace him with another solid AoE-er or AoE like BBK, but the things that, like, if the egg face comes up, you don't know if her S3 is gonna be up, so that's kind of iffy. Maybe better off running people like Valdred. S1 is gonna cleave another unit, an egg for sure, or maybe even a really high damage Bellona, because you can proc her Razor Wind and applied armor break and AoE, right? I mean, there's a lot of options for you to choose from, I think, but at least for my box, this is probably my optimal setup. So sorry, I think I missed Raz's skill tree here. Let me just show you guys real quick what I got. I basically got everything. Oops. So obviously Raz requires a high rune investment. I highly suggest you wait till a rune event to come up. You drop energy to farm because you get double the reward. So every one run you get double the mats. So it's like 2 in 1, right? So all these stuff I think they're good. As I'm mentioning to combat readiness, yeah, so he can cycle fast. I think it's one of these skills that gives the armor break, but I don't remember which. So obviously get that speed rune. I mean, he's quite versatile in terms of clearing content. That S1 cleanse actually is pretty clutch, to be honest. But see, is it this one? Yeah, it has a 60% chance to decrease defense for of the target for 1 turn while using command strike. Which one's command strike here? Yeah, so S2. So if you get RNG lucky, you land more command strike into RB or whoever your DPS is, right? That's how, you know, the run speed might vary. But this video is quite long already. Just a little short video on my setup on A13. As always, thank you guys for watching. And if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. That would be fantastic. And out.